Now you are very well aware that muscular system plays an important role in our voluntary contractions, and now next what we deal with is few disorders which are related to the system of our body. We are going to discuss 3 disorders which are associated with muscles. When we talk about locomotion, we deal with both skeletal and muscular system. So over here we are not taking into account skeletal system, we are just considering the muscular contractions and any impairment in those contractions that we are going to study. So we are discussing disorders in muscular system only. The first one is muscular dystrophy. Second one is myasthenia gravis, and third one is tetany. Now first thing you have to remember is that this is a genetic disorder, hereditary disorder that would come from the parents itself. If in case the person is suffering from muscular dystrophy, the reason would be the gene, dysfunctional gene, which would be due to the presence of some sort of chromosomal aberration or mutation which has taken place, and that comes from parents itself. The next one is myasthenia gravis, and that is an autoimmune disorder. You know, in autoimmune disorder, the disorder occurs whenever the antibodies which are supposed to attack the foreign agents, they start attacking the body itself. So this disease is a result of such a phenomena where the antibodies, they go anti your body itself. Alright, antibodies are basically those proteins which are supposed to kill the foreign bodies, but when they start to kill the own body itself, because they are unable to distinguish the actual difference between the foreign body and the body itself where they are produced, then the antibodies cause autoimmune disorders, and this is one of it. And the last one is tetany, and tetany is totally a physiological disorder which has its own pathophysiology, where you have rapid contractions of muscles and there is a lot of fatigue which may occur. Now one by one we are going to discuss what these diseases are. As you can see over here, in muscular dystrophy, it is a mutational disorder. That means it is a genetic disorder which is inherited. It is inherited in X chromosome. So in X chromosome, there is the largest gene in the human body that is known as dystrophin, and in case of patients suffering from muscular dystrophy, this dystrophin protein is not being formed because their X chromosome has a mutated gene for dystrophin. Now when dystrophin is non-functional, what happens is that muscle contraction does not take place because there is an alteration in the calcium level. So we have dystrophin missing, there is alteration in the calcium level. Calcium ions play an important role by holding troponin from the active sites, and the muscle contraction does not take place. As a result, the muscle contraction is not taking place, due to which there is a deterioration of muscles which takes place, because you cannot undertake contractions, the muscles itself cannot take contractions. So the deterioration of the muscles start, there is excessive fatigue, there is deterioration which takes place, and especially the girdle muscles which are present both in the pelvic and pectoral girdle, these muscles undergo deterioration. And what are the basic symptoms of this disorder? Because this is a genetic disorder, because this is X-linked disorder, this would be more visible in males. Females would be carriers because they have 2 X chromosomes, and in case of males they are having X and Y is only responsible for production of one gene. So supposedly one X is not able to produce dystrophin, the person would be suffering from muscular dystrophy. That is a genetic principle. You would study about genetic principles as well in your higher classes. Now what happens as a result of all this, what have occurred, the consequences are that the patient, has to suffer from, he or she has to suffer from the deterioration of the muscles, and due to this deterioration, the patient is unable to walk after the age of 12. After the age of 12, the patient will not be able to walk, and there would be cardiomyopathy. Now what is cardiomyopathy? As the name suggests, there is cardio word associated, that means the heart muscles would also become weak due to this muscular dystrophy. There is mental impairment that results due to the missing gene and protein in fact, and the patient can or is bound to die after the age of 20, because it is a genetic disorder. So we cannot alter until and unless we provide the patient with gene therapy. So the patient dies at the age of 20 or before that, because entirely the muscles have undergone deterioration due to the absence of dystrophin, which was to be produced by X chromosome. Now this was a genetic disorder. The next that we deal with is an autoimmune disorder. Now in case of myasthenia gravis, what happens is that there is an antibody which is produced in the body antibody, and that antibody goes and binds with the acetylcholine acceptor. Now, acetylcholine acceptor, try to recall, it was present at the neuromuscular junction, that was motor end plate. Acetylcholine used to take up the neural signal, it used to pass it to sarcolemma, and from sarcolemma the entire signal and action potentials were generated, which brought about the muscle contraction. Now, because the antibody attacks that neuromuscular junction is in a way compromised, due to which the action potentials are not generated. When the action potentials are not generated at that level which they should be, then there is resultant fatigue and weakening of the muscles, which may even result to the paralysis of skeletal muscles. So you can see that due to the compromised neuromuscular junction processes, the paralysis of skeletal muscles can be resulted. Okay, and which muscles specifically undergo paralysis? They are eye and face muscles, specifically they undergo this, and this sort of weakening and paralysis, and at times you see drooping eyelids, twisted face, that is due to the disease known as myasthenia gravis, and it is not any pathogenic disease or something, it is a disease which is caused by the body itself, because it is unable to distinguish self from non-self. Now, the last one is tetany. What is tetany? Apart from the pathogen that causes tetany, that is Clostridium tetani, you might have, all of you in your earlier ages might have subjected your body to a tetanus injection whenever there is some injury or some sort of wound that occurs due to some sort of iron body, or on road if you have fell from bicycle or something, that tetany, in order to avoid the tetany created by pathogen, we take that tetanus injection. Now, what happens in tetany? What is the physiology behind it? There are rapid spasms which are occurring. Now, how these rapid spasms are occurring? Due to hypocalcemia. Now, what is hypocalcemia? Hypocalcemia is the condition when our body fluids are having a lower calcium content. Okay, that lower calcium content is responsible for creating rapid spasms. Now, what are rapid spasms? They are wild contractions which the muscle undergoes. And why those wild contraction comes? Because the action potential that was required to start an impulse in the muscle has been greatly reduced. All right, so lower amount of nerve impulse can generate a wild contraction in the stage of tetany, and this wild contraction occurs due to lower calcium content. Apart from that, in case our body fluid is having more phosphate as compared to the calcium, the ratio, if it is dwindling, then also there would be rapid spasms due to action potential lowering, and the wild contractions would be responsible for muscle fatigue, unnecessary muscle fatigue and muscular pain. So these are the three diseases which are associated with the muscular system, and these three are equally important, and in any case we see tetany that takes place. So one was the genetic disorder, other is autoimmune, and the last one is a physiological disorder which occurs due to the body fluid content, whether it is hypocalcemic or hypercalcemic. In case of hypocalcemia, tetany would occur.